Zombie ants, also known as zombie fungus ants, or zombie ants queens, refer to a phenomenon in which ants become infected by a parasitic fungus called Ophiocordyceps unilateralis. This fungus specifically targets ants and manipulates their behavior, effectively turning them into living zombies. While there is no specific distinction of a zombie ants queen, I can provide an explanation video of zombie ants and the role of the queen in an ant colony. But before this, if you're new to this channel, then subscribe to my channel for upcoming videos. Let's back to the video. Ophiocordyceps unilateralis fungus. The Ophiocordyceps unilateralis fungus primarily infects ants, particularly species of the Camponotus genus. The fungus is found in various regions across the world, typically in tropical rainforests. It primarily grows and reproduces in the body of the ant. Infection and manipulation. The infection process begins when spores of the Ophiocordyceps fungus come into contact with an ant. The spores attach themselves to the ant's exoskeleton and penetrate its body, gaining access to the ant's internal systems. Once inside, the fungus begins to grow and develop, feeding on the ant's bodily fluids. Behavioral manipulation. As the fungus grows, it releases chemical compounds that affect the ant's behavior. These compounds alter the ant's brain and nervous system, effectively hijacking its behavior. The ant loses control over its own actions and becomes a host for the fungus. Zombie-like behavior. The infected ant starts displaying abnormal behavior. Instead of returning to the safety of its nest, the ant is compelled to leave its colony and ascend vegetation such as leaves or twigs. The ant then attaches itself firmly to the vegetation using its mandibles. This specific behavior benefits the fungus by providing an optimal environment for its growth and reproduction. Fungal reproduction. Once the ant is in a suitable position, the fungus continues to grow and develop inside the ant's body. Eventually, the fungus reaches its reproductive stage, where it produces a stalk-like structure called a fruiting body. This fruiting body emerges from the ant's head, bursting through its exoskeleton. Spore dispersal. The mature fruiting body of the fungus releases a cloud of spores into the surrounding environment. These spores are dispersed by wind, potentially infecting other unsuspecting ants. The cycle of infection and manipulation continues as the spores find new hosts. Regarding the zombie ants queen, it's important to note that ant colonies typically have a queen that serves as the reproductive center of the colony. The queen's primary role is to lay eggs and produce new worker ants. However, the phenomenon of zombie ants primarily affects worker ants, as they are the ones that forage outside the colony. The queen, being central to the colony's survival, is generally protected by the worker ants and may not be as exposed to the fungal spores. As a result, the queen's direct involvement in the zombie ant phenomenon is less common. Although the exact susceptibility of queens to the Ophiocordyceps fungus may vary depending on the ant species and environmental factors. Zombie ants are a fascinating phenomenon that occurs when ants become infected by certain parasitic fungi, causing them to behave in unusual and zombie-like ways. These fungi are typically from the genus Ophiocordyceps, and one particular species known as Ophiocordyceps unilateralis is commonly associated with zombie ants. The life cycle of a zombie ant begins when a spore from the parasitic fungus lands on an ant. The spore then germinates and penetrates the ant's exoskeleton, infecting its body. Once inside the ant, the fungus starts to grow and develop, eventually reaching its brain. At this point, the fungal infection takes control of the ant's behavior, effectively turning it into a zombie. The ant's usual instincts and behaviors are overridden, and it becomes compelled to climb up vegetation, usually on the underside of leaves or twigs, and attach itself to the plant using its mandibles. The fungus continues to grow within the ant's body, eventually reaching its head. For example, it might cause the ant to clamp down onto the vegetation tightly, ensuring it remains in place even after death. Eventually, the fungus reaches the final stage of its life cycle. It forms a fruiting body called a stroma that emerges from the ant's head. The queen is the reproductive individual within an ant colony and plays a crucial role in the survival and growth of the colony. When a queen ant becomes infected by the zombie fungus, the consequences can be significant for the entire colony. The infected queen's behavior may also disrupt the normal functioning of the colony. For example, she may fail to lay eggs, resulting in a decline in the population. Alternatively, if the queen is capable of laying eggs, the resulting offspring may also become infected, further spreading the fungus within the colony. However, when it does occur, it can have a significant impact on the overall survival and dynamics of the ant colony. The study of zombie ants and their interactions with parasitic fungi provides valuable insights into the fascinating and complex relationships between parasites and their hosts. It highlights the intricate ways in which parasites can manipulate the behavior of their hosts for their own benefit. I hope so now you will understand about zombie ants queens. Thanks for watching my content. If you like my content, press the like button and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for upcoming videos. Thank you. Goodbye.